I got something to say, like, as far as, like, when you chasing son, speak life into your kids. Speak life into your little brothers. Speak life. I'll tell you a story real quick. My pops one day, he said, yo, you want to do music and shit like that? I said, yeah. He said, yo, do me a favor. I said, what? He said, finish school. I ain't finished school. Your brother ain't finished school. My brother ain't finished school. He said, you finish school. If you want to do music after that, I'm with you. It's on.
Did you finish school?
Yeah, I finished.
Hit him in the head with the headshot.
I went to high school, then to college. But what I'm saying, speak life into your kids. I looked up to my pop so much that if he would have told me, go get a fucking job, fuck you talking about rapping.
That's a fact.
I would have probably packed it in.
That's a fact.
Yo,
like, yo, I'm not.
Can I ask you a question? I'm never jealous of somebody, but if I ever was jealous of anybody, I would be jealous of the fact that what it felt like having your father.
Yo,
it was everything to me, but I had a different situation because I had my pops, but I didn't have my moms. Mm-hmm. So my situation was different because
understood.
What I'm saying by that, my pops took me and my sister from my mom.
That's a fact.
Because she was doing what she was doing, and my grandma's the way she is, she could do whatever she wants. These is your kids.
That's a fact.
And his pops handle your business. So when everybody felt like, yo, Swelly got his pops, Rico and Blaze, and you get what I'm saying? I always felt like, yeah, y'all right, I do got my pops. Mm-hmm. But y'all got your moms.
That's a fact.
So why
Hold up. You gotta rewind that. Because when you said you had your pops, I just assumed that he had his mother. So now he's on the opposite side, but the same side, because I had my mother, but I ain't had my pops.
You know what's crazy? Like, so I say that to say that sometimes we got our moms and sometimes we got our pops. So a lot of the shit that my brothers was going through at times, I wasn't sympathetic to it. Because me having my pops, you fall, you get down, we get up, and we keep it pushing. So when niggas going through certain shit, they really going through it, I ain't have that love to rub me on the back, hug me. My pops, it's me and you against the world. We be alright. So that's hold on for real quick. So that's why it's the way I am with my brothers.
Hold up.
But I wasn't sympathetic.
Yo, I gotta slow it down. Because what you saying is, what people don't realize is that life is about balance.
Thank you.
I remember there was a time where I watched an idiot sit up there and say on the internet, I ain't gonna even say his name. He was like, a man ain't supposed to cry. The nigga seen me break down on the internet 1,000 times over. Then recently, I just seen him crying because an old lady got beat up in the Bronx. And I say that to say this. God didn't give you tears for you not to cry. You gotta let it out. You let out what you feel, but you make the people understand around you, this is how I feel. Now, once I let you know how I feel, and I don't see that love coming, because your father gave it to you in the way that he knew how to give it to you.
Right.
Well, life is balance. A woman is supposed to bring that balance and put that balance there. A man is going to sit up there and say, dust that shit off, because this is the way we supposed to do. But understand, in life, God gave you your mother and your father from you to take from both of them. Because just because you have tears in your eye, one of y'all die right now. Y'all gonna boo hoo. Like you ain't never cried. I just lost my nigga. He had a heart attack. We ain't see this coming.
One of my cousins, Blaze, he had my pops and he had his moms, and he had cried out of the eye. And he one of the most solid guys I know. Ain't nothing sweet about him, but he had balance. He had both sides. So he had his moms, then he had my pops, then he had his pops coming. So he had both sides. Ain't nothing where you got me kind of like one-sided, then you got cousin one-sided, then you got Rico in between. It's tough.
I want to ask you something. If you had to say something to the kids out there that didn't have their mother or didn't have their father, like, what words would you have for them right now, because you identify with what they feel?
Well, if I had to say something to the kids that didn't have their moms, you only get one moms. Appreciate your moms.
That's a fact.
it's points in my life that my mom was just doing her thing and this and that and the third, and my pops, with him even feeling how he felt, he told me something that was stuck with me for life. That's still your mother. You don't gotta respect her as your mom's. I was there, I was your pops, I took care of you, but you gotta respect her as an adult. So when you sit down and you talk to her and this and that and the third, have the same respect for her that you have as me, even if you don't have it in your heart. But you show respect and you show gratitude, because that right there is going to take you a long way. And for the ones that don't have their pops, I feel like if you don't have your pops, if you got an uncle or you got a cousin, because leadership and certain things come in all different forms. So if you got an uncle, you got a cousin, you got a brother, take on that man in your life that you look up to.
That's a fact.
The one that's important to you. Might be your cousin, might be your brother, might be your uncle. It might be your right-hand man.
Let me stop that for a second, because that's what's dangerous. I was addicted to the killers.
Yeah, it could get tricky.
It could get tricky.
And I want y'all to understand something, right?
Definitely.
Some of my big homies didn't sign up for me to be in the streets. And some of them did. I tell you this, because B.O. raised me. He tried everything in his business to keep me out the streets. When he finally came and got me, it was sirens going off all over the Bronx. So it was like, okay, now I have to show him how to maneuver through the streets, because he's not going to listen. But I want y'all to understand something, man. I want y'all to understand something. The sanitation worker makes the world go round. The trucker, the one driving that food and the furniture into your neighborhoods for you to go shopping, he's making the world go around. The pharmacist is making that world go around. The school teacher is the builders. It's about the builders. It's either you building or destroying. So don't look at the niggly shit that goes on in the hood and think I gotta look up to him because all he has is a pair of sneakers in a $200 apartment. That's not what's up. Looking like Dapper Dan, spending $20,000 on an outfit in the projects is not what's up. The way you represent your elders, your roots, is by doing better than their generation and leaving something behind for the next generation. I promised myself, with every bit of my blood going through my veins, that I'm going to figure out a way to hire my children instead of sending them to put out an application.
That's a fact.
And even if you don't achieve that, you'll pass that goal down to your children, where they'll hire their children instead of asking somebody how to get a job. Teach them how to fish so they can feed the village. Teach them how to buy the land so they can create the village. Don't teach them to go out to the enemy to be recruited where you can't come back and bring nothing to the village.
Right.
Because once you go into that world, right, and you get into that world, they don't want you to come back and rise the village up. I will never have 100 acres of land without at least 30 families living there. Ever. Now, if I get the land, it's on you to get the trailer. From the trailer, you get the house. So when y'all see Haas here, y'all gonna start seeing less and less of Hassan Campbell on YouTube. This is who got next. And from them, they got next. And they got next. We're gonna start building. We're gonna be the builders. It's easy to pull a trigger. You teach your children not to kill my children. I already taught my children not to kill your children. You heard?